Hello there guys, what is going on? Welcome to Pure Trading. It's the 24th of February 2022. So there's news that's come out overnight. So I have missed out on all the trades while I was sleeping. Yesterday we had a video and I had the ideas and everything, but I didn't act on them. I couldn't act on them. It's during the Asian session and I don't trade during the session. So what happened here? Putin bringing back war to Europe. EU chief says ahead of more sanctions. So yesterday we had a situation here on all the currency pairs that we are interested in, all the majors. So we knew that the dollar is going to be strengthening and all of that, but we were at good levels, to buy the euro, but we were really against the idea fundamentally, like a sentiment wise. We were all anticipating some more action between Russia and Ukraine. So for that reason, acting on this level of importance here wasn't a very good idea. The thing is, in this case, with the euro versus the dollar, we didn't have any opportunity then to get in short there, not based on the beginner strategy. So how are we going to play this now? So looking at the euro versus the dollar, for me, this is not going to be an opportunity at this level anymore, because of, we don't know what's going to happen in the news. We don't know how the market is going to take this. So when we see these massive big candles here and we know the reasons behind it, we're going to have to wait for the sentiment to change before we start looking at our technicals again. So we're going to have to wait for things to clear up, or we're just going to have to try and find a technical reason to actually trade down with this trend. So for me, looking at this as an opportunity to buy is going to be a no-go. We're looking at the pound versus the dollar, the same thing again. Also, I can highlight something for you here, something interesting. Like at this level, we were looking to buy. However, we had the sentiment and we had the fundamentals against that idea, because we knew that dollar was more likely to strengthen against everything. So buying here is a bad idea. But let me show you technically that it wasn't a good idea either. So prices comes down into this level of importance and there's an excursion beyond the mean. But look at what happens on the 15-minute here. On our 15-minute chart, if we look at the RSI here, it's making lows, it's making lower lows, so it's just following the price. You see, there is no divergence here. So technically, there's lows, 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 and the RSI is just doing exactly the same thing there. So it's going lower. So technically and fundamentally, and with our sentiment being for dollar strength, yen strength, and gold strength, we are not in a position to buy any other currencies. Let's have a look at the dollar versus the yen here. This is one where you would, you could still play it technically, because the dollar being basically a safe haven, as well as the yen and the Swiss franc. So you could try playing the game here with your extension beyond the mean here and this level. So that's one trade idea here. Going down to the 15-minute, do you see any opportunities there? So again, no, because you're getting lower lows here. Prices are making lows, and so is the RSI. See? So there's no technical setup on that one. The dollar versus the CAD. Here again, we see prices just blasting through our levels here. This was a level of importance here. The next level comes up in this area on top here. Let us just move this down. The next level comes up on top here, but we're not going to be playing this game, not while the tensions are still around with the Ukraine-Russia issue. So we are not going to be doing that. So the way to do this is looking for pullbacks and then re-entering the situation there. So we are looking for pullbacks coming down before we are going to try doing any sort of moving toward our level. So we can look at a trend trading strategy instead of using the beginner strategy for these. Also, if we look at how our technical analysis kept us out of this trade, we are at the level, then there's an excursion right there, but on our 15-minute, again, we see that the RSI is making higher highs, the same as what prices are doing. So here we get a high at the level and then higher highs, and the RSI is going higher and higher. So we can't be trading this one technically either. Then we have the New Zealand dollar. Now there was a setup yesterday. These prices here are going high up against the extension beyond the mean. Yesterday we spoke about this being a level here, and it's more easily seen on the 4-hourly. Prices comes up into the level and it smashes down. So technically and fundamentally, we are selling the New Zealand dollar. So this was a perfect one yesterday. If you look at the RSI divergence here, we have this high coming into the level. That's your high coming into the level here and there. So if it's not as clear as this, it's the setup has less value. So with the New Zealand dollar versus the United States dollar, everything was counting in our favor. So there was no real reason to miss this trade. Also, it came in yesterday. So we can find methods to get into trend trading this short, and on our daily we can try and find some targets of where we could look for taking profits, but not turning. As I said before, we don't want to be looking at these levels as extension beyond the mean and all of that to be able to turn this, because we are waiting on news and sentiment to be in the favor of buying commodity currencies again. At the moment, we are selling commodity currencies, and we are buying gold, we're buying dollar, we're buying Swiss franc, and we're buying the yen. And on the last of the pairs, the same thing happened here yesterday. We were looking at this as a level of importance here. This was our level there. Comes in, there's an extension beyond the mean. Then on our trigger chart, which is the 15-minute, we didn't get any entry on this one. You can see we have a high here, goes up, but the RSI was doing the same. So we didn't have a technical entry on this one, but the fundamentals and the sentiment has counted in our favor. And then for the gold, there was really no way of getting into the gold without doing a sort of a pullback strategy here. So we were looking at this as a trend and then trying to get in on the lower time frames there. So that was the only way in. If you want to do the course here, the beginner strategy course, this is all free. You can do it here, you can sign up, and the most important thing that I can ever tell you in this game is to trade safely and prosper.